part and training every single day does not give your nervous system a rest. You're training every single day. So there's the nervous system. Not only that, have you ever heard of repetitive job motion injuries? There are girls and guys in the supermarkets just doing this all day long that cause carpal tunnel syndrome, pain in their wrist and their hands. They're not carrying anything heavy, but because they do it thousands of times a day, every day, and their biomechanics, their mechanics are not perfect when they do it, yeah, they cause injuries, pain, long-term pain. And that's what happens with the higher volume training. Okay? So let's not twist it up. Okay? It's amazing how it's gotten twisted. Have you noticed lately the vast amount of content all through YouTube and your social media regarding high-intensity training? HIT, it's called. Lately, there's been a lot of it, and it's been focused on the main man who was a driving force behind it for many years, Mike Mentzer. Mike Mentzer was a Mr. America, a Mr. Universe, a top IFBB pro bodybuilder, and a trainer. When he retired from bodybuilding, he trained thousands of people all throughout the 90s up until his death in 2001. He died at the young age of 49. And what is it that's so special about heavy-duty, high-intensity training? Well, first of all, I might seem a little contradictory because I've done videos saying HIT is dead, okay? The important part about that is in proper perspective. I shot a video in the last, about 2 years ago, talking about how certainly high-intensity training was a forgotten type of training. I've done a ton of content. By the way, John Hart, Mr. America Hart. I've done a ton of content on high-intensity training, and Mike Mentzer and Dorian Yates, 6-time Mr. Olympia from 1992 to 1997. And this material has been out there for years through my channel. Well, about a year and a half ago, in the middle of 2022, John Little and his channel, Heavy Duty College, started posting audio files of Mike Mentzer speaking about high-intensity training and the benefits of it, and some video with a lot of pictures, but it's audio files mainly of Mike doing his seminars and personal phone calls with John Little, which he had permission to shoot and to publish himself. He owns the material. Well, that material got picked up. Here's the history. That material got picked up by the YouTube algorithm, and it really flew. And as a result, I'm going to shoot some thumbnails across the screen now. As a result, YouTube land really started buzzing about HIT, high-intensity training. The top YouTubers out there in the fitness industry, they had to cover this. I mean, they do cover the popular issues of the day, and this certainly has been one of them in the last year and a half. So a lot, as you see these thumbnails fly on by you now, a lot of YouTubers have been covering high-intensity training, Mike Mentzer, heavy-duty training, and comparing it usually to, the current accepted way of training through the science, which is usually high volume. Okay, they usually equate. They say all the science backs up higher volume being better and a better driver for hypertrophy and growth of the muscle than lower volume, high-intensity training. Well, that's their opinion, and some of it is scientifically backed. It certainly is. However, and this is the part where I want to kind of transition to how we've gotten here in the last year and a half, which is John Little kind of lit a match on a big fire of high-intensity training going out in YouTube land, and it got picked up by everybody. And I was already pumping out content on that. And who is John Little, by the way? That's important. Mike Mentzer, when he taught heavy-duty, high-intensity training, and then he passed, John Little was hired by the then owner of everything Mike Mentzer and heavy duty, which was Joanne Sharkey. Joanne hired John Little. John Little handled all the consultations and all of the questions and all of the content for MikeMentzer.com and heavy duty training systems from 2001 all the way to 2008. And then he left. When he left, Joanne hired me. And I'm John Hart. If I didn't say that already, I think I did. John Hart, and I handled it from 2009 all the way to Joanne's death and the end of MikeMentzer.com. Heavy-duty systems are no longer being sold or promoted. The current owners aren't doing such a thing. So I did it for 12 years. So basically, Mike Mentzer, John Little, and myself, John Hart, the three of us, we taught it for years, all the consultations. Okay? So, yeah, we all know the material inside and out, and the training programs, and the what to's and the what to do's and the how, wherefores, all of that. Okay? A lot of the YouTubers who picked up on this content, a lot of the older ones kind of remember what heavy-duty, high-intensity training was about. A lot of them used to have books written by Mike Mentzer. They kind of did content currently comparing his training to, comparing HIT to higher volume training, which is, again, considered to be the way to go today. A lot of it was just inaccurate. I'm not picking and choosing. I'm just presenting to you right now. I'm not putting anybody in particular down either. Okay? I'm throwing these thumbnails up here as examples of the ones that are out there right now that you can see that cover the subject from some very popular YouTubers. And some of them I think are great. And some of them not so great because it's obvious they didn't read the material. They don't know the material. Now, what did this all do? Okay, here we are. This all kind of kicked up the dust. It created a lot of questions, right? How could this system, which seems logically to be so good, short workouts, infrequent workouts with a very high effort, how could those type of workouts be more injurious, cause more injuries, and burn out nervous systems versus the current standard of what's the best for hypertrophy? That would be training each body part up to 3 times per week with 8 to 10 sets per muscle group per workout. Wow, that's, 24 to 30 sets per week per muscle group. When you add all that up, that's training every day. If not training every day, it's very long workouts training when you do go to the gym and work out. And even if you did spread them out every day, they're still very long workouts. The intensity is much lower. You're purposely leaving a few reps in reserve at the end of a set. By the way, at the end of a set, it's the safest repetitions going, okay, as far as your effort goes. You can't exert as much force as at the beginning of the set. So the chances of injury are very low, unless you're doing a barbell squat or a deadlift where the form can go down the toilet. If you're going to do that, then just stop 1 rep shy of complete failure, or go to failure and drop it in the rack if you're in the power rack. So there's that. So back to the question. How can high-intensity training be so injurious and so damaging to that central nervous system, which we hear all the time from our favorite YouTubers and the comment section of any one of these guys or my videos on the topic? How could that be so dangerous for injuries in the central nervous system when regular multiple workout per week, 3 times per week, 8 to 10 sets per body part, and training every single day does not give your nervous system a rest? You're training every single day, so there's the nervous system. Not only that, have you ever heard of repetitive job motion injuries? There are girls and guys in the supermarkets just doing this all day long that cause carpal tunnel syndrome, pain in their wrists and their hands. They're not carrying anything heavy, but because they do it thousands of times a day, every day, and their biomechanics, their mechanics are not perfect when they do it, yeah, they cause injuries, pain, long-term pain. And that's what happens with the higher volume training. Okay? So let's not twist it up. Okay? It's amazing how it's gotten twisted up. I'm not going to belabor this or go on too long about it within this video, but it's very important that you understand the difference. Okay? When you make your choices on how you train. Not only is it more likely you're going to get injured for the higher volume training. But I'm going to make the case right now. I'm going to wrap this video quickly with this. With all that time being spent in the gym, okay, 3 times a week on every body part, 8 to 10 sets per body part, I can tell you that you pretty much don't have a life, okay? You pretty much are stagnant and not able to excel in your career, your side hustle, your romantic relationships, your interpersonal relationships with your friends, okay? Any of those. As a matter of fact, let's take them one by one. In your career, well, you're just not going to have the energy or the attention to give to your career 100% like you would, because you have a side hustle, and that's called the gym. And you're 3 times a week per body part, 8 to 10 sets per body part. Your side hustle, whatever it is that you've decided to do to propel your future, to cement your future, and have something to do after retirement or later on in life, your dream, in other words, the thing that God's put on your heart to do. You can't do that because your side hustle is the gym. It is training in the gym. Okay, so that's off the board too. Number 3, your romantic relationships, they don't get the best of you either. And even if they do go to the gym with you on a regular basis and you both have the same obsession, the obsession is still the gym. So you're not able to give the most to that person in your life that you could. And then lastly, you don't have time to have friends. So let's just forget that. Take them right off the board. You're a terrible friend to everybody else out there. So unless, again, you have friends in the gym. Sounds to me like the gym is your friend and you have a lot of friends in the gym. I can understand that, and that's great. Let's wrap this video by saying this one thing right here. If that's all the case and you are enjoying all of that, that can all be justified. If, in fact, you're making history, you're doing that type of training because you're pursuing a world championship. You're looking to be the best in the world. Whether it's drug bodybuilding, whether it's natural bodybuilding, doesn't much matter. Either way, you're making history. I could understand that. As a competitive bodybuilder for all of my adult life, 18 to 52, I competed. Natural bodybuilding. Yeah, I won the Mr. America. I won the Natural Mr. Universe. I understand making history. I understand going after your dreams. However, if you're not going after your dreams and making history with all that training, then what the heck are you doing? I mean, if training that way brings a fractional increase in hypertrophy versus high-intensity training, I can make the case that, as I've just said, all of the negatives to training that way do not justify it. If you're just a gym rat, if you're just the guy that goes to the gym or the girl that goes to the gym every single day, and that's your social life, okay? If that's the case, great. By the way, I use the term gym rat with affection, okay? So all my brothers and sisters out there, I'm not putting any of you all down for going to the gym every day. I really enjoy the gym. I just use it judiciously. I just use it sparingly. Anyway, that's my purpose. That's my point in getting this across to you. If you're going to train that much, well, go ahead and do it if you're pursuing the goal. And I pray that you do not get injured along the way, training that way, because it is very risky. So that's it for today. From my heart to you, hopefully it's given you something to think about along the way. Hit me down below with any questions or comments. Love to hear what you have to say. It's awesome. It's awesome. If you consider high-intensity training, it's a great way to train. Plenty of us have used it along the way. Check out some of the rest of my content on Mr. America Heart. My channel, I have about 400 videos, all on high-intensity training and also volume training. It's all in there. But take a look at it. You'll really enjoy it. So listen, before you go off to my left, you're going to see this disc pop up next to my head. That is the subscribe button for my channel. Please give that thing a tap and just let YouTube know that you want to know when the next video is that I'm putting up. Down below, off to your left, you're going to see a thumbs up button pop over there. Give that thing a pop. Turn it blue. That thumbs up button will also light up the algorithm with YouTube. It's great for my channel. I appreciate it. From my heart to you, John Hart. I'll see you soon. Thank you.